and they're off. Big Mojo on the stand side in the noseband. Art Power towards the centre. The grey is showing speed. Lazzat, probably just the early leader. Run to Freedom is close up towards the far side with no half measures. Iberian over there. James's Delight chasing. Also in the far side group is 10 Bob Tony with Flora of Bermuda and Montassive chasing those. Towards the near side, and maybe slightly behind at the moment, are Quinault from Inisherin, and then kind of Blue and Big Mojo and Witness Stan, Rayevka, Powerful Glory. At the back, King Kuan and King's Gamble, who's being driven along as they race on now inside the final quarter mile. And down the far side, Lazzat in the red cap. Down the near side, Quinault, chased by Kind of Blue and Big Mojo. Inisherin towards the centre. Far side, no half measures. Powerful Glory being produced now in the yellow jacket. Far side, Flora Bermuda. It's Lazzat that leads the way, the Jubilee winner. But on the near side, still Quinault. Also Powerful Glory. Also no half measures on the far side. Lazzat is all out. Powerful Glory coming with a late surge. It's going to be tight. Powerful Glory on the near side of Lazzat. Followed home by no half measures. Running well too, Inisherin and Quinault on the near side.
It's just been confirmed Powerful Glory has won the Qipco British Champion Sprint, and that means it's the second winner in the race for Richard Fahey. Where did you pull that from?
To be honest, we always thought he was a nice horse, and his first run he made a bit of a noise. It was a tiny little operation we did. He was destined to need the run the other day, but look, 200 to 1, nobody thought he'd win, and he looked a bit hairy in the parade ring. I thought he didn't look great, but look, he's always been able to gallop, so it's not a shock, but just delighted to get the result, you know.
To you, maybe. I mean, it takes a bit of a bold statement, though, to run a horse off that season here in the Group 1, doesn't it?
Yeah, look, I've been telling Sheikh Rashid, and fair dues to him, he's let me do what I want with him the whole time. But look, I think he's a decent horse. His work is very good. Now, I think that's only his 5th run of his life, yeah. You know. As I say, he made a bit of a noise after his first race. We did a little win. It was only a little tweak. He was destined to need the run the other day. I had to get a run into him before it. It was only his 4th race, but to say he'd come here and win would be a huge shout. But I'm delighted and over the moon. I'm delighted for Sheikh Rashid, you know.
How would you compare him to San Somali, your past winner of the race?
This horse has got a lot of natural speed now, and I thought Jamie would suit him well now today. You know, in his race he has been a little bit keen and still learning his trade. You know, he was a breeze horse. And I thought Spencer special, and it was a Spencer special, so I'm delighted, you know.
Surely he stays in training after that?
I'll speak to Sheikh Rashid, and we'll have a thing. But I'd love to keep him in training, but look, we'll see.
There's got to be more to come. I mean,
there's a lot more to come. There's a lot more to come.
Well, many congratulations. Fabulous stuff. As a magical touch. Well done, Richard.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Jamie Spencer, 200 to 1 winner, Powerful Glory. How did you do it?
God, I'm not often lost for words, but that definitely did shock me. Look, it's a very nice surprise, and yeah, I was talking to one of my daughters on the way down. She said, "Oh, have you got chances?" I have a chance in the first one looks like they're going to struggle. Yeah. But you just never know.
So tell us about how you got the ride. You obviously haven't sat on him before.
No, I hadn't sat on him before. I have a running joke with Richard, one winner a year, and then we'll leave each other alone for another year. So I think he's repaid me for a couple of years today.
And the rest, Jamie. But we're just watching the replay. You had a nice position earlier on, settled beautifully. Then you switched him right, didn't you, inside the last couple of furlongs?
Yeah, well, Mikel and I were kind of going to end up going for the same gap, and I was mindful that I might close, so I just took the Pensioners route.
And he picked up beautifully.
He picked up really good, and then getting close to the line, I'd used my quota with the Persuader, so I had his hands and heels then, and I was just praying the line would come.
And you've beaten the favourite, the one that everybody thought would win. This horse has got to be a good sprinter, Jamie. Yes,
and he's only 3, so you know, he's done it on the big stage today, so hopefully he'll do something next year.
Did Richard tell you anything about him, his background before? You looked a good 2-year-old. Yes,
he was pleased with him. He had a run 3 weeks ago just to get a race back into him, having missed most of the summer, and listen, we weren't expecting to win, but he's hoping he'd run a nice race.
Fabulous day.
Thanks very much, Mike. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Jaws up off the floor here at Ascot. as Powerful Glory becomes the biggest price winner of a Group 1 race in European racing history, surpassing Qipco, who broke that record earlier in the season. 200 to 1. Jamie Spencer in his trademark position on the straight course at Ascot, just allowing a horse time to get into the race. By contrast, the runner-up, Lazzat, always in the meat of things, with Quinault, who's hung on for fourth, and Art Power, who's hung in there long enough. But he's the least experienced horse in the race by far. He's the lowest rated horse in the race by far. He finished last of 5 at Beverley last time. I don't know. How do you work this out?
It's very, very hard to explain, isn't it? But that's why he was 200 to 1. But in terms of the way that the race went, you can see that Jamie has just taken him out of the heat of the race. There's no pressure on him like there is pressure on some of the other riders and some of the other horses in this field. There was no pressure at all on a 200 to 1 shot coming and throwing the dice, rolling the dice really, essentially. But he was taken completely out of the heat of the race early, which often suits here at this track. I don't think it's a fluke, is it? He's the only one that's come from where he's come from. He's travelled kindly through the race. He's just had his issues this season. I think they had to give him some surgery earlier on in the year after his comeback run. Obviously a promising 2-year-old. He won both his starts last year. As I was saying to you before, we've had a Millreef winner turned over at a short price on the card this afternoon. This fella was last year's Millreef winner, and he's come up with the goods.
Right, No Half Measures, the July Cup winner. Well, she's run another belter.
Yeah.
Quinault, who's a most admirable horse, has run well. Inisherin's run well for the 2nd consecutive time, so some of it makes a bit of sense, but this is really a perfect emblem of sprinting this season, isn't it?
None of the sprints make sense, Nick.
We're waiting for a horse to win 2 at 6 furlongs. We've had Asfura win 2 at 5 furlongs. Who's champion sprinter now?
I think it's got to be Asfura, hasn't it, on that basis, but I don't know. It's all, you could throw any number of names into the hat. In some respects, this is almost the biggest, certainly, training performance of the lot, you could argue, to get this horse back and produce this level of form. And massive result for the stable, who have had a quiet year by their own very, very high standards, and to bag a Group 1 like this.
Well, Jamie Spencer, cometh the hour, cometh the man. He won here on Cardham at a huge price last year. That horse has gone on to do even greater things in America since. He won the first ever race on British Champions Day back in 2011 on Fame and Glory. It's Powerful Glory today, and here he is, the master of the Ascot Straight, talking to Mike Cattermole.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.